Now we will see a video on sexual reproduction in organism. So let's see the video.
In this module, you will learn about the importance of sexual reproduction.
So what are the advantages of sexual reproduction? Sexual reproduction is important for the survival of a species. The advantage of sexual reproduction is that it provides a way for genetic variations. What are variations? Variations are the changes you can see between siblings of same parent, maybe in color, shape, characters. It is possible only through sexual reproduction. For example, if we take a red rose plant which reproduces asexually through stem, we will get only new red rose plant and it will be identical. So main difference between sexual and asexual reproduction is that sexual reproduction leads to the genetic variations.
What are the advantages of sexual reproduction over asexual reproduction? Asexual reproduction does not provide DNA variation for the survival of a species, whereas the sexual reproduction provides DNA variation. During reproduction,
So all of you know that we contain 46 chromosome. In our cell we have 46 chromosome. 23 we are getting from our father and 23 we are getting from our mother. At the time of reproduction this will join together and it will form 46 chromosomes.
sex chromosomes in the nucleus of a cell contain information for inheritance of features from parents to the next generation through DNA molecules. How are variations produced? A basic event in reproduction is
So at the time of reproductions, the DNA, the two strands of DNA will divide to form separate and new daughter template will add to that. So let's see.
the creation of a DNA copy. Cells use chemical reactions to build copies of their DNA. DNA is the information source for making proteins. If the information is changed, different proteins will be made, and this may lead to altered body designs. Likewise, during the process of DNA copying, variations are produced. What are the advantages of variations in sexual reproduction? Sexual reproduction provides greater DNA variations. Hence, the offsprings produced through sexual reproduction are better suited for survival and provide a mechanism for selective adaptation to occur. For example, over generations, short-necked giraffes evolved to long-necked giraffes because their food was available only high up on the trees. Offsprings produced through sexual reproduction may be less susceptible to certain diseases. For example, tomatoes may gain resistance to bacterial diseases over generations through sexual reproduction. How do variations occur during asexual reproduction? Organisms that reproduce asexually tend to multiply quickly. However, they rely on mutation for variations in their DNA. Therefore, all members of the species have similar vulnerabilities. In fact, some organisms may be unable to reproduce further when their nuclei become weak due to repeated asexual reproduction. For example, paramecium, which can reproduce by binary fission, loses its ability to reproduce over a period of time. On the other hand, organisms that reproduce sexually yield a smaller number of offspring. But these offspring have greater DNA variations. Why are variations more in sexual reproduction? The new individual or the offspring derives half the amount of DNA from the female gamete and the other half from the male gamete. Thus, sexual reproduction ensures a mixing of the gene pool of the species. Variations also occur due to recombination taking place during meiosis. This is what makes them more suited for survival in adverse conditions.